Hey everyone, Gobotch here. Today we're getting into Parkitect. This is a game that's been out for quite some time, but I have not dabbled in very many hours. But we're going to get in and start my first ever sandbox series here on the channel. And if you like theme park, tycoon, simulation style games, you're in the right place, because Parkitect's going to be something we're going to feature here, and other ones as well. Maybe some Planet Coaster, maybe Park Beyond, and others as well. The thing I like about Parkitect, from what I've played, is it is very reminiscent of the classic Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 and 2. That kind of simplicity, but also with the more simulation management aspects as well. So we're going to start a brand new park here, and we're going to keep the money on. We're going to keep everything on the default there. You see, you can do all these various different parks here. We're just going to choose to do the simple flat terrain large for our first park here on the channel. Of course, if you want to see more parks and whatnot, we could bring those to you at future videos and future series. So let's get started here. You see all our scenarios here and everything. We can start $25,000, and we're gonna get it going right here, right now. If you want to help support this series, and what you can help do is just subscribe, comment below, keep it tuned here for more from our Parkitect series here. And we're gonna have an option here for any of you that subscribe to the channel. If you want to become a featured park guest for an episode, subscribe, comment below, and I will change a park guest to be you, and we will basically follow your park guest for an entire episode with a little window down here on the bottom right, so that way we can see what your guest is doing, keep track, see what they're doing for our episode. So if you want to support, that's one way you can do that. So let's get things going. Here's your landscape we're working with here. Quite a blank landscape for us to work with. So first things first is this hideous structure here. This is basically where our depot, or one of our areas we get all of our resources, our deliveries, and everything will be given here. Problem with this is it's ugly, and guests do not like to look at this. As you can see here, all this in red, that means it's ugly, bad decorating rating. So we need to take care of that issue first things first. So we're going to go ahead and get that going right now. I do have some mods in for basically for decoration and for camera control and stuff. So this isn't just vanilla Parkitect. We are using some different things here. So let's go ahead and do, I think a brick structure will be fine just to get this going. And we'll just even that out there and do that. Let's actually take this out one more. Let's do that. Let's just round it off around like that. And then I think we can add a half wall, and that'll look fine. Do a half wall here like this. It's not perfect, but we'll make it as good as we can here. So let's just work this around, and then we'll connect it out. So mainly we're just trying to hide this thing because it's just not the prettiest object we'll be looking at here. So let's copy this wall over. Okay, and then go back to this, copy this. Right now with our pathing here, so what this is going to be, this is our employee path. Basically, this is what our haulers and all our people will use to go pick up resources and whatnot and take them over to their depots, and then from their depots to our merchandise and food places. So what we're going to need to do pretty much immediately here is go build down. And you can see right there, I'm already going to have to change this. So that's not a big deal, because we're going underground right there. You can see how it's just not perfect for me. So we're going to hide that. Half wall. We'll hide the rest of that for me. All right, there we go. Now we're good. Now that's situated. Okay, so now when we look at this pathway here, we are going underground. And basically we're gonna leave it right there, unconnected to anything, because we obviously haven't built anything, but I just wanted to kind of get that situated right now. And next, I think, let's see, let's go to glass. And I think a nice glass ceiling top will function perfectly for this. Okay, so nothing too crazy, just trying to, you know, hide what's over here with this monstrosity from my people that are going to be entering the park. We don't want this to be an issue. So there you go. Now that's covered up, and let's see if that's improved the decoration rating here, and it is. So now there's no issue. No issue whatsoever. That is good. Here's the issue we have now, though. I do not like these pathways here. So we're going to get rid of these, and instead we're going to do cobblestone. I think this cobblestone looks pretty good. We're going to start with a 3x3 intro here. Probably go out one more. And then maybe make it like a 6x6 for the rest of the way here. It's 3, 4. Let's see. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that can work out pretty well for us. And then that'll get us in here where we're gonna go into our food court. So here's what I'm thinking as we get this going. This is gonna be our just a little introductory way here, where it's gonna be nice decor, kind of set the tone as you enter into the park, and then we're gonna get into a food court here, so that before they even can get on a ride, they're gonna pass through food, gifts, and all that stuff, and then we'll get into our first ride. So let's get that going right now with what we're trying to do here. So let's see here. With the food court, let's have the food go like 4 here and 4 here. And then we'll have our walkways, of course, right here. And right there. So I kind of like the 3 open walkways, because it's going to get crowded, and I think having larger walkways is just more beneficial, to be honest with you guys. So let's see if that works. So let's start things off on this side here. Let's do food. Let's do burgers. Hot dogs. It sounds like an easy play for us. So hot dogs, burgers, pizza, and one more food would be great. What about cotton candy? Or ice cream? Ice cream. Let's do ice cream. Okay, so we got that. On the other side, we're going to do a couple drinks, and then, so like, let's do a hot drink. So for our people that want hot chocolate and whatnot, they can have that. Or soft drinks. Let's do soft drinks there. A couple different beverage places here. And then let's do a couple shops. So let's do like an umbrella shop for when it rains is always nice. And let's do a t-shirt shop. There we go. That's not too shabby at all. All right, so we have that going now. And then we need to worry about our restrooms as well. So restrooms are always something to look at. I think for our restroom, we'll build that off here a little bit. Let's just kind of have that meet through here. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Nope. What was that right there? Is that my shirt shop? Yeah, my bad. Didn't mean to delete that. All right, so the restrooms, let's have a toilet. Man, oh man, I'm trying to figure out where I want my toilets to be. So let's do a toilet here, a toilet here. Actually, I don't love that. We're gonna delete those, and I don't know if I get my money back on that. I don't love that, so we're gonna do a toilet back here a little bit. And then we'll do one more next to it. And then we'll do a garbage chute as well. The trash chute right here next to it as you exit. And we may do that behind it, actually. Like a trash chute behind it right there. We'll worry about that later. So here's why I'm thinking this. Because we're going to have this be an actual restroom to go into. And then we'll have a pathway back here for our people to pick up the trash. So let's make it a 3x3 bathroom. Two's good. Two's good. Okay, let's do this. Let's go ahead now and get to our floors or walls. Take out the glass. I think wood walls would look nice. Like this right here. I kind of like this style a little bit. So let's go ahead and do this. Make a restroom here. And we'll have like an archway or something they can do that. Let's do that right there. And then we'll go around outside. Okay. And then that'll work out. Okay, that'll work out perfectly, I think, right there. So that's kind of where I'm looking at right there. So let's see if we can get a doorway now here. A couple doorways. And now we have a restroom there. Okay, so we need now to have a employee pathway here. And we'll just get another doorway, I think, right here. Or let's get a sign, actually. We need a sign that says employees only. Right there. And that's going to be employees only. Staff only can go through there. Now, will that make things a little ugly? Yes, because it says employee path and toilets. So I'm not too concerned. If the bathroom's ugly, it's fine. Bathrooms aren't supposed to be the place you go and everything looks nice and tidy and neat, right? So behind here, we need a walkway. This is going to be how we access and our deliveries. We need to have that on both sides. And then eventually this is going to have to go underground. So this is where we got to meet pathways here and connect what's going on there. So I'm going to get that situated really quick. Okay, so it took some time there. We got everything situated though with our piping and our staff walkways. So now we shouldn't have deliveries being delivered out in front of our public eye, which will be very nice and helpful. Again, in terms of decoration, you know, the bathrooms are kind of cluttered out. This one says employee walkway is visible. That's only because we haven't covered those up. That will be covered up. It won't be public. So that's okay. But let's go ahead and get started though with the entryway. And we want to make a good impact. We want this to be nice. I kind of want it to feel kind of earthy. So a lot of wood, a lot of plants, things of that nature. And then we'll get into that. So let's go ahead and get started with a... Let's look here. Actually, you know what? Let's first decorate this part. So I kind of want to get a design here like that. A little Z kind of. And then we can get some fences around that. Oh, a hedge fence would look nice. Let's do a hedge fence on the outside, maybe on the inside. Let's do inside. Inside hedge. Yeah, that looks good. Doesn't connect perfectly in that corner, but you know what? I think it's going to do for us. So we got a little hedge there. Let's look at rocks now. And I don't need anything crazy here. I just need a rock. This kind of, that's too much. That'll do. A rock there, small rock, right, kind of add on top. Another one over here. Okay, we got that. Trying to just find some different size rocks, but I don't really like any of these. Super. Let's see. Lower that down a little bit there. Just trying to add a little something to it. Right? Alright, that looks fine. Got a little rock there. So now what I'm going to do is, I think flowers next. And we're going to start with... Okay, I want to add some flowers here, but I don't want it to be cluttered up in there. So let's see. Want it to look nice. Grass flowers. That's actually not terrible at all. Let's add a bunch of that. Just kind of mix it in there. And then we can add other flowers to it. Okay, so we got kind of some of the stuff there. Let's add some of these pink ones here. I don't know what they're called, but whatever. There's pink flowers. Add a few of those to the mix. And a couple of these. Again, just trying to, as much decor as possible. It's going to help with everything. And we'll add a few of these to the mix as well over here. That'll do. That'll do just fine. All right, I think that's pretty decent. Now we need to have that lit. Lighting's always something I think is super important in these games. And we have a garden light. This is part of a mod, of course, so we got some extra lighting here. We're going to add right there. Kind of in the corner a little bit here. Don't need it everywhere, but I don't want it to be not lit up, if that makes sense. So here we go. And then one right there. Okay, so now if I were to show you what nighttime looks like, that's what we're looking at right there. So nighttime, we've got some decent lighting in the garden, and I think that will work just fine for us. So let's get back to daytime so I can see better. All right, here we go. So there's that. It's not completely perfect. I may add a little more to that, but now let's see what else we want to add to the mix here. So we need to start building out the border and the walkways and everything we're going to have here. So let's first get our beams that we're going to use. So we need to go first to pillars. And with pillars, I think these pillars right here work just fine for what we're trying to do. I think we'll really start it here. So let's add our pillars in all the way. Every corner basically is where we're going to use these. And if you hold Alt, you can place them perfectly on the grid. Snaps perfectly there and doesn't have any issues. So I'm gonna get this structure set up and then we'll continue. Okay, now that we have that, we have kind of the beam set up there. I think we're going to make them too high. So I'm going to do it again and just add on top. Okay, that's pretty good height, I think. Yes, that's perfect. All right, so now let's go to the borders here. I need to figure out how I want to connect to this space. And I think something I like here is these diagonals. Oh yeah, this could work. I think we're going to try this out. So basically we're going to X these and see how this looks. That's not bad at all. So we're going to continue this pattern all the way across. May have to add some more supports at some point just for... Oops. like that a lot. Kind of a little grid pattern right there for us. But we still need to add a little more to make it work for us. So let's go ahead, go back to this, and we'll just go to this simple border here, which is like a slat. So we're gonna put all these at the bottom, except for right here, I think. Yeah, we'll put them down here, all the way around the bottom, except on the walkways. Oops, don't want that there. Put them here. All right, that works fine. And then we're going to put them up high as well. Just add a little more beam support. That's what it'll look like. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. So with that now, I kind of like this viewpoint, but I think utilizing the glass, we can have these giant windows placed in to make it look where you can still see out and see what's around, but it won't be just, I don't know. I don't really like a lot of the walls, and I like this kind of wood earth tone stuff. So let's go ahead and go to this. Let's go to glass wall. I want glass walls. Some of these are good, some of them are not. Let's go to glass. Is there not? It's like an empty glass pane that's not going to be annoying to use. That's what I was trying to find. Okay, we're gonna take a look at this glass. I think we can make this work and it won't look bad. Yeah, that's not too bad so far. Just gonna make that. We're gonna work that around, and we're also gonna fill in the top with that as well. Now the very top, the roof, we're gonna leave empty. So if it rains or whatever, you're still gonna have some natural elements there. It's not gonna be completely filled in. Okay, so that's kind of what we're working with right now in our intro way here. Now, I am gonna add some fencing here. I would like to have a fence as you walk in that's not glass. Fence. Here we go. Let's see. I would like I kind of like this hedge theme, like just going with these hedges all the way around. So you walk in, there's these hedges, and then we can add some plants and stuff to the outside there. I think that looks pretty good. I think that looks good indeed. Same thing here. I'm gonna add a hedge and a hedge. Hedge. That's not bad at all. But we need lighting. So that's a big thing. Lighting. Let's go to lights. Ooh, string lights. That could be really fun. String lights here. Let's do that. Let's work these string lights up. Off of yeah, we're gonna use these string lights, I think, all the way across. Alright, so string lights are in. I think those look pretty good. Let's make it dark. See what that looks like inside there. Well, it's pretty nice. That's pretty good. It's still not perfectly lit. I would still like a little more lighting inside. So let's get into the decoration side here. Let's go to benches and get those placed first. So as people walk in, they have a place to sit down. Place one there. It's kind of annoying that these aren't completely flush with my spots, but it is what it is. I'm gonna put a bench here, bench there, bench there. Let's add a few trash bins all throughout here as well. That should be pretty good. Let's add a few more benches over here by the middle. All right, now let's get to our lights. Okay, so now I think with this, we could put lighting in some different ways. I don't know, it kind of is, I kind of like it being a little bit darker and you walk in there, it's a little bit, I mean, it's not completely dark, you know, but that it's not overpoweringly, you know, bright out there or anything like that. So I kind of don't mind it. I may leave it, actually. I may leave it with this kind of darkness a little bit. I am going to add some lights here in the entryway, though, because that just needs to be done. So let's add one there, add one there. We'll replace the bench. That's fine. See, I could add these inside too, but it's just I don't really like that placement. We'll put one there as well. All right. So we have our entryway done for the most part. I may tweak some things there a little bit at some point, but I think for right now that looks fine. I think it looks just fine, and it should be pretty high decoration as well. Oh yeah, extremely high decoration, so that's really good. Next we need to get some info kiosks and stuff. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna put a place there and a place there. So we need a place for people to be able to get cash. Boom, first things first there. And we need a place for them to buy maps right there. So as they got their food and everything, they can go do all that right here. Okay, so they're gonna have that situated. Let's go ahead and also get some more of these walls and divide this out. Could put that in front, but I'm not going to. All right, let's put that here, 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 and here. Cover up our building area here. Right now that's gonna be covered up. I'm not gonna worry about giving any more pathways for the time being. Let's leave that. Not bad. Not bad at all. So we have that covered off. We have that for the bathroom there. So we have a food court. It could still use a little decoration here. So I think what we're going to do is add a little flower place here. So let's get a fence. If I can find it, fence. We're going to go with a different fence for this one. Let's do a fence, like a normal kind of wooden fence here. It's nice. Yeah, that looks good. And then we're going to add some string lights all the way around it. Oh yeah, that's very good. And then we're going to put inside the flowers. Ground cover. Let's just get to my normal flowers, please. Flowers. I need my, yeah, right there. Just add that in. We're gonna add in a water fountain, jumping fountain here. So this is fun. You have the water that will be jumping around. So add a little decoration there just for something to people to look at. Then we're going to, let me go ahead and turn this back to daytime now so we can see. All right. So you got the jumping fountain there. That's nice to see. We're gonna add a bench on either side. We're gonna add a bench right here outside the restroom. Also, we'll have one there. We'll get a bin on this side and on this side, and a bin. I'll not put one in the middle there. Nope, that's fine then. That'll do. That'll do just fine. Put a bin here. Have a bin there. Okay, we're working here. That's pretty solid. So now I think the lighting still needs to be better here. I think utilizing these string lights is really nice. I think we can make that work, but maybe do it with a pole. And we're just gonna go all the way across on every storefront. Oop, not in front. Darn it. Okay, here we go. Just work them all across here like this. That's gonna be just fine. Yes, those poles are kind of annoying though, aren't they? See, things I need to think about before I start placing. All right, I'm gonna work out this lighting real quick. Okay, so I did decide to do the string lights with the pole. I think it just looks the best, but I'm not gonna do it at every grid spot. So it'll still have some fairly decent lighting there. But there we go, guys. That's the entryway. Let's get to our first ride, and so we can make some money and we can get this thing going. Okay, so let's start things out. I think to get going, we need to have a gentle ride, an exciting ride, and then maybe 2 exciting rides. So like a gentle and then 2 exciting rides. So let's start off with first this giant Ferris wheel. This was part of a mod. It is good for when it's raining too, and that's another thing. See that? And that's like look how awesome that would be to just walk in. You have this giant Ferris wheel, just a good kind of central viewpoint right there to look at. So we're gonna place that, and where we want to put the entrance for it. I think entrance here, exit there. All right, let's cue this thing. So we need our exit first right here. We need our queue. We're going to keep our queue with the same cobblestone look. And we'll go there. So now, when they exit, I'm going to leave the exit single file like that. So what I want to do outside of this is flowers. I want to have some flower boxes here. Let's alternate these actually. We'll leave that side blank because we're about to build onto that. So we're going to have these boxes and those boxes. That looks nice. And we're going to do the same thing over here. So we're going to have it kind of scattered. There we go. That looks pretty decent. Lantern. Let's do these paper lantern lights maybe for the queue here. I saw another YouTuber, a couple of YouTubers actually use these, and they look pretty good for lighting. And actually, you know what? I much prefer the string lights for these. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. I do have some thoughts about maybe covering this walkway with a pavilion, just because if it rains that way, people will be covered. That may be something I add at some point, but right now I'm going to leave it open. It says low decoration. I don't like these support beams being visible like this, so what we're going to do is I think we're going to add rock and put rock all around the foundation, and maybe some plants and stuff as well, just to kind of make it look a little nicer. Okay, so I think that's looking pretty good there. Got some decent decor. Let's see if the ratings move. It says it's up to medium. We can deal with that right now. That will improve as we get more rides. More decorations will help improve our surrounding rides. So we're good with that. Let's pause the game. We don't have anything being delivered. I didn't mean to have that going. So we have that ride ready to roll. I'm automatically gonna have that be a $5 ride and say it's on right now as well. Let's go ahead and hire some staff. So we need a janitor. We're gonna need, I'm gonna say we need 4 haulers. I may be overkill. We'll see. Security guy, this, and let's get a raptor. Why not? We can have a little entertainer dude there. So here's what we're gonna do now. We're gonna zone. Let's just have for right now, this section here is gonna be zone 1. This section here is zone 2, and we're gonna have you be zone 1, you be zone 1, you be zone 2, you be zone 2. So now we shouldn't have any issues with where things are being delivered. Now I did forget one thing: the depot and the staff room. We need to make sure we get those taken care of now. So let's put in first our staff room here. Let's do depot first, right here. Connect that up. Gosh, this is always a pain in the rear. All right, let's just connect this up. Nope, not that way. I can't. Oh, man. All right, we're gonna have to go this way then. And then go down. All right, that connects. Very good. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side. We're going to need a depot right here. We also need a staff room, so we need to get that situated over here somewhere. Let's just put staff room right here, and then we can cover that up with this. All right, staff room on this side. I thought about maybe putting one on the other side too, but we're gonna leave it be for the time being. Just have one staff room. Will be okay. We need to decide who will be getting deliveries from you. You're gonna get all 4 of these. You will be getting all 4 of these. So now we shouldn't have any issues on the delivery aspect. What does this say? Pathway. What do you mean pathway? Oh, I had it flipped. Dadgummit. Okay, so now let's fix this. Now you 4 go there. You 4 are handled there. Okay, now we should be good in terms of our locations here. So let's first make sure zone 1, zone 2. Expand upon zone 2. To make zone 2 a little better. There we go. Zone 1's still covered. Right. And you should be zone 2. You're zone 2. There we go. Okay. Okay. We need to get one more ride situated here right now. I think something that makes a lot of easy money is a go-kart track. So let's just try to maybe figure out a go-kart track. Now I could do a preset track here. They are expensive though, and I do not really have funds for that kind of expense. So maybe a go-kart track will be something we will do next episode once we get a little more money in. So let's get something that has pretty good, pretty high intensity. Like the Clockworks, medium, excitement. I need the excitement up. All these are medium. So the double swing though, that could be good. Medium. This one's high. The Skyfall's high. Starflyer's high. I think for right now, let's do the something that's not going to break the bank and give us decent. This one right here is nice too because it does get used whenever people are, when it's raining. And I like rides right now when you're first getting in. It rains so much. You need to make sure you have rides that people can use whenever it's raining. So let's go ahead and add this over here. Off to the side a smidge. Let's add our queues. Have our entrance queue here, exit queue there. We'll do our exits. Okay. And our entrance. There we go. That's not bad. We'll make that a $5 ride. We will improve the scenery, of course. Let's go to our flower boxes that we like to use. And again, this is going to bleed off that other queue. That's what I was talking about, how nice it can be. Let's actually use something different here. Let's go with the flower bushes. So that's too big. Don't like that. Let's do these. Maybe. Okay, so this ride should be pretty situated now. We are going to add a few trash bins. We're going to add a few benches here as well. Same thing on this side. We're going to add a couple spots for people to use the restroom and whatnot. So I think we have our two rides. Are they super pretty right now? No. I think we can add a few trees or something to this to make it look a whole lot better, like some birch trees or something here. We'll just rotate them around and kind of plot them down a little bit. Different size and whatever. Just trying to add and fill out the space a little bit. And that's good. Okay, so I think that's fine. I think give me a few more variety trees here, like these canyon trees. just adds a little bit of something to this. So now it says it has medium. There we go. Perfect. So we're gonna open that ride. We're charging $5 on that, $5 on that. And I think finally, ladies and gentlemen, let's open the doors and let's see how it goes. We're gonna charge this up to $3 now a head. We're hopefully gonna get things filled out here pretty quick. You see they're out here working, trying to get everything in. Very good. Fill these things up quick as possible, make as much money as possible. If you have some names you think would work well for these rides, please do share. I think, you know, that'd be really cool. Actually, you know what? That just reminds me of something. Let's see. Oh, yes. This could be cool to do. See this clock piece here. Thinking maybe we try to place that center if I can get my camera fixed. Something like that. Got a little clock face there. It's kind of nice. All right, so we're getting these filled. Food's filled over here. Food, their drinks and snacks and stuff are getting filled over there. Whatever people saying here. Nothing quite yet. Queue's starting to fill. Queue's starting to fill there as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are underway. We're not making money yet, obviously, because of the supplies and everything, but hopefully we're going to start to see more and more guests coming into the park and more money being spent on these rides. And I think next episode, the first thing I want to do is I want to build the go-kart track. I think that could be a huge hit for us. Some easy money to be made as well. So we're going to sit here with this for a few more minutes and see how it starts to do. We have 43 guests in the park. Pretty much every single one of them's on a ride. We have some here still wandering around, enjoying the scenery. And again, if you want to see what it looks like, we can show you guys here. I think. Oh, that's not what I wanted. So here's what it would look like. You walk in, you know, decent stuff. You see the giant Ferris wheel right there. It's nice to see. Got decent lighting, got the little fountain there, and then you have your Ferris wheel and Enterprise right there, bang bang. Pretty good. Pretty good. What are people saying about the price here? I want to go on it. Good. Nobody, it looks too intense for me. That's fine. If you don't want the intense ride, you can go over here to the giant Ferris wheel. As long as people are willing to spend the money on it, and they say it's a good price or whatever, we'll deal with that. Good deal. Okay, we'll make that $5 then. If you think it's a good deal, we will charge up more money. See if he's willing to spend it. Good. People are spending the money on the park. Satisfaction going up on these rides slowly. Good. What I like to see. This guy's trying to figure out, what do I do with my pizza? He's trying to, He's hanging out. Doing his thing. That's hilarious. So, we're in a good place at the park, ladies and gentlemen, to get started. We have over 70 guests in. Still money, you know, you see the operating budget right now is minus 1,300. But of course, starting a park, you have to spend money to make it. So it's all about trying to get guests in the park. Hopefully these rides will profit significantly for us, especially as the satisfaction continues to go up on these rides. We will be able to charge more for the rides. So that's something we're going to be keeping in mind. I may, if the money's not flowing like I want, take out a loan next episode to be able to do a big go-kart track that's going to bring in lots of money. Either that, or I'm going to do a go-kart track that's already a prefab, that's a high intensity, something like the Dusty Bug, the Dust Buggy Dash. See, it's got very high excitement. It does cost $6,300, and it doesn't quite fit the theme, but you know, really, what's our theme right now other than plants and flowers and wood, right? So I can I can live with it a little bit. I may try to find some on my own, or I may create my own. I don't know. We'll see. But that's where we're going to leave things today. You can see the profits are starting to go up. We're now at a minus 66 working profit or budget right now. So we're, you know, the money's starting to slowly get to a stable spot. January, obviously, we were minus a ton of money for supplies and shops. Rides were low. Park admission, everything was low. We went up in February in our supply budget. We're making profit there. We're making profit off our rides. Building maintenance is still hurting us quite a bit. So that's a big problem for us. We need to fix. So it's really that. It's really the building maintenance is minus 264. Now it's a little bit better. But we're in a good spot. The queue not quite filling up a ton for this. This ride it is. I may charge a little more on this ride now. If it's going to stay that full, we're going to charge more money. And that's where we're going to leave it, y'all. Next episode, continuing on with part 2 for our park, which for right now, we need to rename. I think we're going to call it Gobotchland, because that just sounds fun. And our first ever park. Yeah, this person says I'm not paying that much for the entry fee. We'll lower it a little bit. How many people are saying that? Not many. That's fine. Now this person says it's a good deal. Well, I'll meet you halfway. Okay, so that's where we're going to end it. Stay tuned. Next episode. Leave your feedback below for name ideas for our rides and just ride ideas that will help bring in lots of cash very quickly without breaking the bank. I want your feedback below. Keep it tuned here for more. Stay safe. God bless. And we'll catch you in the next one.